ways after that point, but we'll see what happens. Still a very big match again. If these guys win this match, they're going to play a loser later on today, so there's an opportunity for one of these teams to make a run.
Well, we saw FaZe Clan take this map in a very close one over TK yesterday. EnVyUs got destroyed by Optic Gaming on it. You got to think it's going to favor FaZe, but EnVyUs, we know what they're capable of. What roster are we going to see here off the opening? Some nice plays by Zuma and replays top mid, going to open things up so Priesta can get into the hard point. But I do want to speak about Zuma a little bit specifically. I mean, he was insane yesterday in the hard points.
Yeah, he definitely was. What, he had like 99 interactions. Like, that's just something we don't hear, you know, a lot about.
It's like an AW stat.
Yeah, he's just so fast right now. Obviously, one of the best submachine gun players in the world,
if not the best.
So we'll just see if he's able to continue that. But then you have to look at guys like Attach and Priesta. You know, you imagine when you have 99 interactions that you're winning by a good amount, you're winning by a lot, but they just weren't. So we'll see if they can put it together today.
And now we're looking at Hoop. We're looking at Envy, a team that started out, I believe, 10-0 in hardpoint to kick off the division and then have struggled since. You know, there were some sloppy plays yesterday. You were really critical of them. You were getting very frustrated during the cast. What was going wrong with Envy yesterday in hardpoint they got to fix today? Yeah,
I even talked to him in the back right after that match, and I was just like, what were you guys doing? It's like you rotate, but you just set up in so many common positions where teams like Optic were just able to break you, and Classic was just like, we just have to set up a little bit differently. You know, try to not be so predictable, so we'll see if they're able to do that today. They do have control of Main Street. You have Slasher in the back. We'll see if he's able to find one. He is. Nice shots on Zuma. So some control over to Envy, but a couple of FaZe players are here. But that pinch is on, as you see Envy spawns top street.
Into the hard point, though, will be Priesta. Classic trying to trade it out after a hook drop. It's an 18-point advantage right now for them, but the kill feed entirely red right now for FaZe Clan. You've got Envy spawning out top. They're going to have to rotate now as there's only 15 seconds on this hard point. But look at the bottom left, number 3 and 4. That's going to be Zuma and Attach that are on the early rotation. These gunfights are going to be huge. The first one goes to Zuma.
Yeah, the second one goes to Attach. Now it's just Slasher. Can Slasher find both? Not able to. But Attach still has another one-on-one, has to win that. That's Hook. So Hook has control of that next hill. And he's going all the way around.
That's a rotation you have to win, right? You know,
yeah, if you're Envy.
You're going to give up that time on Main Street. You have the man advantage. You have to have the trades go their way, and they're able to get it done. But now a pinch opportunity is here, but Priest is going to drop on the backside. Attach here to trade it out. There's one player in the hard point right now. It's going to be Classic. That exact same thing happened to Envy yesterday against Optic.
They rotate, and then that first 15 seconds of the hill, they lose those gunfights that basically lose them the hill, and that just can't happen, as you just talked about. But Slasher, he's able to find 2. You know, you have a 3 versus 2 friendly. Can they break on in? Nice shots out of Attach to find 2. And look, he just backs away, right? He's just trying to find time, wait for his teammates. Priesta doing the same thing, and you're just contesting right now. You're all right if you're FaZe.
FaZe inside, Temp with 2 kills, but it won't be enough as there's a third player there and Attached to get it. They're able to pick him out, but still another player to reinforce that and find the scrap time here on the hard point. Now you've got Envy and a nice setup here.
Yep, same thing, same situation for Envy. You get set up, you have Hook and Slasher in some great positions. Can they hold? These first set of gunfights are going to be so important. You're trading back and forth. There's nobody in the hill.
All right, can Envy finally string together a hold? And 2 hard points yesterday. They may have had 1 solid hold throughout all of the action.
It is.
And there's the break yet again coming in for FaZe. You still got 2 in the back, but they've gotten in position now they can make a play. They get Slasher on the hard point. Hook last man here. He's weak and traded out. And once again, it's like they have a paper-thin defense. It's like you saw in the Super Bowl. Absolutely no defense between the Eagles and between the Patriots. Everyone just all offense. It's FaZe that are able to crack on through. But Envy, can they bring the comeback on? They're currently trailing by 30 points. FaZe has been able to break through so easily. You gotta feel like maybe it's a comm issue currently with Envy. I'll tell you what, I want to hear if that's the problem. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen in here with Envy.
Needed me? He's gonna be from fire.
Water steps, one shot. Water steps, one shot.
Just hold that, Donnie.
Fire weak. One shot there, he's 10 on me, guys, 10 on me. One
I have your help.
He's there, I'm staying up.
He's one shot, bro.
Top mid, absolute. One's hitting B-Dom. One's hitting bottom bladder.
Yeah, he's already by hill,
I got a nade on him.
Fire, one shot dead.
Yo, I spawned all the way out.
One shot fire. We can know.
Zuma's weak at fire. Zuma dead.
Nice. He was weak in though.
They're gonna be spawning to our right, Nick.
Yeah. He's touch you ready. Touch you weak.
Elbow dead. I need help in hill.
Is she dead? I'm about to help you hill.
I need a hill.
Ran out 10 dead.
Back up the hill, dead.
Nice. I'm pushing 10.
I'm gonna have to get out of this, bro. If I get naded one time.
I'm 10.
They're nading 2 nades.
They're side 10 weak.
You're gonna be down.
B-Dom on me. Ladder box weak.
Let's revive.
Ladder box weak. I need help, guys.
Ladder box dead.
Out 10, out of 10, out of 10. 10. And on me, letterbox again. Need help.
Naded 10.
Need help, letterbox, guys.
Yeah, letterbox, and weak. He's on me. Fire steps weak.
And
Fire steps, one shot.
The guy 10 was weak.
Still doxing.
Fire steps still. Docs got me. And fire.
Alright, where should I get those fire?
Spawned out.
Fire weak.
Absolute fire, got him.
Yeah,
Trying
just
to get 10.
I can get a nade on hill.
Replays low dox.
Replays with one on streak, yo. What's front beer on me? Help. Front beer.
Front beer.
Front beer.
I got your help. I got you.
Replace
Another one.
dox,
Gate.
Yeah, he's somewhere there, somewhere on you.
Gate in water steps.
It's on the hill. Water steps, pizza.
No dead, one's water steps.
Nice. Water steps, pizza. Pizza dead. Go fire, Nick. Go fire.
I'm super weak.
I'm gonna try to get your water.
Fire.
I need their side water.
Holding fire right
They're
now.
probably gonna be gate 2. Watch out.
One's back green. One's back green right now. Back green. It's gonna be docs. Back green. Letterbox. Letterbox.
Fire's gonna kill. No more. We can be water.
Water steps maybe.
Yeah. Water steps.
I need a water steps.
Fire me.
I got naded.
Water steps.
Water steps dead. I had to jump off.
What's the hill? Front fire.
Nice. 3. We need to go to new whoever just spawned.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm pushing
going.
towards me.
Where they coming from? Should be backfire, like
Yeah,
bus.
it should be in
No, I'm back box.
We car.
I got one back
shot
box.
bricks. One shot bricks. Literally,
I'm
boys.
pushing bricks.
I'm
I'm pushing bricks.
The right corner.
Bricks
Bricks is
front
front.
Alright, let's go.
Absolute.
Just get a full 6.
Front beer.
EnVy finally starting to show some life, but still trailing by 30 points right now. The remaining time going to FaZe Clan, but they've got the setup they want for Main Street. The question yet again, though, can they hold the opening wave?
Yeah, we'll watch Classic here. He's going to have a big gunfight against Attach. Can he win this one? That's
Nice
a big
job.
one right there by Classic. He was a key player last night against Optic. He's the one guy that really gave them some signs of life.
He was 8-15, by the way. He has absolutely turned it around. This 4 streak he's got currently with the Main Street setup, a big part of that. See if he can tack more onto that. He's about to be swarmed. They have to deal with him before they can get the push in. They're finally able to pick him, and now the pressure going to come to Slasher and company. Slasher set up in the hard point. They're coming back in this one. We could have a lead change. They could deal with another way. That's Attach with the headshot there with the wall bang. That's sick stuff to find an opening. What a play.
Yeah, but you're just trading back and forth. Replays is not on the hill. EnVy spawned very close. These are going to be a big set of kills. Who's going to get these final 20 seconds? Replays gets taken down by Slasher. Back and forth they go. EnVy look like they're going to win this one, but Zuma's still here. You can already see the rotations on. Hook's already in this lower docks. Priesta has to find him.
Hook's watching the opposite side. I don't think he has a chance here. He's going to get picked from behind. That's Priesta that can find the kill. I like the early rotation from Hook and trying to get into aggressive position. Unfortunately, the flank alive and well here for FaZe. Now Priesta in a deadly position to make them not even able to get forward. All the kills going the way to FaZe. They're going to be set up in Doc's warehouse. So this time it's FaZe with early control of Docs. Last time we saw EnVy there, they got broken in the opening 10 seconds or so. Let's see if FaZe can do a little bit better here holding.
Yeah, there's a couple of players starting to push that side. Then Hook's top middle. Hook's in a great spot putting pressure on them. Priesta able to find one, but he's going to get traded out by Classic. So that was a good break from EnVy. Temp with another follow-up. Attaches the last guy there. There we go.
That's
EnVy
right.
finally finds some control.
Well, they may not be able to hold the hard point as well, but they were able to break in very well. Their nice collapse comes in from the 4-man unit on EnVy, and now they are set up inside. Can they finally take a lead in this game? 20 seconds remaining here. Hook is hunting, but it's Attach that gets 2, and those doubles like that allow you to get into contest are so big.
Yeah, they definitely are, because it's just wasting time, and now they're able to set up for barrel building. Attach having a great game right now, 21-21 on a 4-3. This is for Streaks, able to win that one as well. And oh my God, almost wins another.
So he gets streaks. Also what keeps EnVy from getting a solid 10 to 15 points there by contesting as well. And they get the rotation, so incredible stuff there from Attach. And again, the streaks to work with
He may call this in right away because he spawned out so far. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to call in a glide bomb, maybe able to find Slasher. The good thing for EnVy, though, is they did get the back spawns.
They got the back spawns, but he actually killed a teammate with that. Zuma doing what he can inside. It's now off to the races. 2 are going to spawn out water for EnVy. 2 spawn in the back. And FaZe trying to sprint in and do what they can to contest. The hit on the back, held by Classic. He is traded out, so nice stuff from EnVy to hold. And we may see EnVy take their first lead of this game 1, and there it is. 169-170, the boys in blue now in control.
Yeah, Hook forgot a fighter pilot as well. Something to take a part of. You know, that's one very powerful streak that you don't have equipped.
Woo.
Slasher with the bayonet. Can he find the second? No. But you can see, EnVy do get that back useless spawn. We'll see if they can put pressure on this crane hardpoint. There's a couple of players on FaZe that know this. So it's pretty split right now. You have 2 players of FaZe pushed up. You have 2 players of EnVy pushed up. We'll see who comes out on top. It looks like it's going to be Priesta.
Yeah, from that position, how dominant is that?
So good.
He's able to get those 2 kills and hold for now, but the useless spawn comes in once again for EnVy, so they're going to have a 4-man hit coming through. Classic rips off Replay's head. Now they're right into Crane. The nade's coming in. It's Timp's nade that's able to combine with Zuma and Attach. Attach going to have to bring in the streak. Fighter pilot in. What can he find? Slasher tagged and finished. The teammates finished the one in Doc's warehouse as well. And that's going to allow them to get a little bit of an opening here on the map. Oh, God, Priesta. 25 and 20, a minute and 15 of the hard point. He's feeling himself right now.
It definitely is, but I guess the one good thing for EnVy is now there's no more streaks to deal with on the side of FaZe. Obviously, I mean, he has to call in that fighter pilot, and it's not like FaZe is getting too much time off this. It's a pretty back and forth game. We're going to go to a next set of rotation. It always feels like it's to this point, right, where we go to that statue hill in that main street. Who's going to finish it there? So we'll see what happens. EnVy, then a couple of scrap seconds, but they're starting to get set up top middle.
Basically a tie game right now. Reminder to the folks at home and those in the venue, this is an elimination match. Loser finishing 7th, 8th. Two of the most established brands in Call of Duty. You don't expect them to be fighting in this position, but that's where they're stuck. And this game one so crucial right now, and it's a 14-point advantage for EnVy, as no one really able to touch the hard point until now. So 20 seconds in and FaZe finally get a bit of control.
Yeah, you can see they're starting to work towards that main street. That's EnVy. You have one player, that's Temp, starting to work that side of the map. But FaZe, they have a great setup right now. They're just getting time, and it just seems like EnVy's not able to put much pressure on it due to this setup from FaZe. I mean, they have 2 players on the hill. They have 1 guy water steps, and then you have attached down low. This is such a good setup for FaZe, and we see this happen time and time again, where teams forget to put a lot of pressure on Statue, and they just allow that enemy team to really earn a lot of time. So here we go. A lot of things are going to start happening right now as we head towards this main street. The rotations will be on for both teams. You can see you have Hoot top middle. He's going to wait for his teammates. You have 1 guy pushing through Cole. That'll be Temp. So nice bait right there. There's that bait and switch. Can EnVy finally break this hold?
They do get a couple of kills. Pressure now coming to replays, and Nate is going to take him out. They wipe it in Main Street now. Taken by EnVy. Hook pushing forward, trying to get into aggressive position, but can't win the gunfight. Slasher, then a back him up's going to drop as well.
They gave up the gate. They gave up gate number 8. Oh, they win that gunfight. That got very bad right there. They give it up for a half second. That player slips through, but they're able to find it.
So no one really dominating this particular hard point. 215 to 214. FaZe back in the hard point. Replays cleaning up the weak player. And yeah, he's going to get down. He doesn't want to get wall bang there through wood.
What a game he's having as well. 36 and 28. You have Attach at 38 and 32. They've really been a catalyst for FaZe.
And I think Replays feels he has something to prove, right? He's been taking some criticism. He wants to be on this roster. He knows this FaZe team can win. And he's putting it all on the floor right now. FaZe so close to a game 1 victory. They're over the 240 mark, but it is EnVy set up in docks.
Yeah, and Hook's in such a good position in fire. He's going to be such a nuisance to deal with if he can just stay alive. Look, they basically have to hunt him down before they can make a push. Where's Hook going to spawn, though? So now you have a pinch developing. You can see Zuma's gone all the way around towards that driveway. FaZe, they have to go fast, and Zuma wins that gunfight. That's so big out of him.
Hook, though, on the backside, trying to help inside is Classic. And Classic gets 2 big ones. He's also close to streaks. 4 kills in a row for him. Oh, my God. Here we go. EnVy trying to bring it back. FaZe is going to have to break. EnVy can absolutely win it on this hard point. 2 are spawning deep. You've got a 4-on-2 in the hard point. It's going to all be on Classic and Hook to get it done. EnVy able to break. EnVy now need 5 seconds. FaZe, can they do it? FaZe, the final ticks. The contest is there for a moment. Slasher wins it. He's got to stay in. He's got to stay in. Another person there to trade. EnVy still alive. 1 more second needed for FaZe. 1 more second. But EnVy, they're storming in. FaZe is spawning out. FaZe is spawning out. EnVy's going to have it. No, there's 1 more tick. They're able to get it done. EnVy, in dramatic fashion, take the London Docks hardpoint. 250, 249. Well, that's one way to start off day 2.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Clint.
Holy hell. Wow. So, Joe, down the stretch there, what was the biggest thing? Was that one-on-one with Slasher to get that kill and contest kind of everything?
I think it was. You can see he thought about jumping out as well. He bought enough time for, I believe it was Classic, to get in that hill. And I think the key moment was 2 FaZe players, they were actually contesting it. And I believe it was Classic and Temp. They go through that hill and push through it and find those last 2. It allows them to earn that final time. But there's a look at the scoreboard. Pretty back and forth, man. I mean, you have Attach at +4. Zuma put a ton of pressure on the map. There's no real standout players. I mean, that's what you get in a 250 to 249 game.
Unbelievable stuff. I mean, it's something that might stand out a little bit if you take a look at the high engagements and the guys that have low time, the guys that are flying around the map. You have Temp on one side that goes 40 and 39, and Zuma 36 and 44. So maybe a little bit of edge there to your guy that's pushing out and making plays. But how big of a win is that for EnVy considering how it started? I mean, when they lost that first Docks warehouse, I was like, here we go again.
Yeah,
Here we go again.
It was like the same old thing. It just seems like they heated up towards that second set of rotations. They kept the game close. Then we go over to Main Street, and it's pretty much back and forth. And they just bought enough time. And there was a couple of key gunfights down towards that lower dock. Slasher, he wins that one-on-one. If he loses that, the game's over. He's able to stay alive, buys enough time for his teammates, and, well, they just took care of business.
And that's a gunfight. You know, he didn't even use the bayonet where you're charging into that edge, and you have an STG. That's not the gun of choice you want. But Slasher, we know he can find the kills. I want to see the end again. Let's take a look at it, because even sometimes when you're commentating, it's hard to see how everything breaks down. So now that we can kind of slow it down and watch it again, Joe, maybe point out what you think was kind of key plays down the stretch for Envy to pull this off.
Yeah, so I think the big thing is you can see Hook's in fire right now. So he's in a great position. He gets it taken out, and then you have this 2 versus 4. 2 players of Envy spawn out. So what can these Envy players do? You can see Hook tries to push out. Classic gets caught with a nade. And now you're sort of on a stalemate. You have teams on both sides, and you can see what Envy's trying to do. They're trying to nade that side of the hill so they can get in. Slasher able to win this gunfight on a Priesta. Almost gets out of the hill. Buys enough time. Watch this trade to come in. There's Classic and Hook, and watch what they do. You see you have 2 players on FaZe starting to inch forward. You have one guy top middle.
That top mid who's that temp. Temp goes big.
They're getting this cross. This allows them to win on this hill. They invested everything. Look at that mini-map. FaZe were thinking they don't win here. They don't win here. Let's go to barrel building, but that last tick goes Envy's way.
Yeah, so not only, so Slasher got 1 entry kill to even get into that position, and then diving in, it's a one-on-one with Priesta.
Yeah.
And that's one where maybe Priesta doesn't expect him to be prone there because he kind of belly flops into the hard point and Slasher gets the surprise on him, but Priesta wins that gunfight, FaZe win the game. Slasher wins the gunfight, then the rest of the troops are able to reinforce it and they pull it out. Whew. That got the blood flowing.
Yeah, definitely did. Yeah, like we needed one like that to get us going today. It's going to be a long day. We have 6 matches again. The loser of this is out of the tournament. The winner of this will have a match later on today where, again, they're going to play a team who loses in the winner's bracket. So they're able to gain some momentum. They could go on a run for it tomorrow, that championship tomorrow. But there we go. Game 1, 250 to 249 if you missed that one.
Watch it back, yeah.
Yeah, watch it back.
Hey, tweet the stream, guys. If you're watching right now, it is going to be an incredible day. Hope you enjoyed that one in the venue and also at home, but what a treat that was. And again, just to remind people, like this is like the cutoff. This is the halfway point, and after this is when you expect roster mania to come in, and it could be dependent on these results. Let's say you're a team like, you know, FaZe that is considering a change and you come in and win stage 1 playoffs in dramatic fashion. That might flip that on its head. Yeah. If you're Envy, I don't know, they've had so many struggles that I'm not sure results matter. Personally, I kind of expect to see a change regardless. You've seen the frustrations, but if you do win a $200,000 playoff, that
$500,000.
Well, $200,000 for first, but yeah, $500,000 playoff. Yes, that might be enough to, I don't know, change some minds, get something going.
Yeah, chain it together. But here we go. Art Enforcer destroy, and Zuma does what Zuma does. Runs straight up that B site, finds that first blood. Now Envy in a 3 versus 4 with bomb down in a horrible position.
Yeah. Now, I mean, just that okay. Well, Attach dying in that spot, that can't happen. Exactly. That is the power position on this B site. You can't get picked by the PPSH at Hook. I mean, nice job by him and Slasher kind of working together there, but it's still what went from a big favor for FaZe Clan. Now you feel all right about Envy to try and bring it back in this one. Hook could be the main guy, but Zuma able to take his head off.
Yeah, Hook almost able to catch Zuma there, but there we go. Now it's a 2 versus 1. Priest is the last guy left, and I believe he was spotted. Slasher may have saw him. Never mind. Now he saw him. So shots are in. Priest just trying to get out with his life. Temp and Slasher going to start this plant. Both have STGs.
And what a painful round this would be for FaZe. After losing 250-249 to have a 4v3 advantage off the opening pick there from Zuma, and then you drop the round. That's like the exact opposite of what you need to happen when you kick off the search.
Definitely so, and I just thought the rotations were slow from FaZe. I mean, you saw that bombs down. Attach was up there for a while, and the guys that were in middle and cabin were just hanging out. Just rotate together. You have a 4v3.
But you just can't die like that if you're attached. It's not like, I don't think there was a nade or anything that kind of got him out of position a little bit.
No, it's just a double peek. Yeah.
How should he have played that? Just a little bit more passive?
I mean, you just back down. Yeah, wait for your teammates to rotate it. As soon as he's looking down, he sees the bombs drop. Zuma's watching that cross right there. But, you know, he gets a little overconfident, gets picked off by Hook.
So Hook with the big one there.
Wow, look at this push out of Envy. 3 right down the middle. Is Replay's going to be able to stay alive? You imagine the trade comes in there just trying to find him, and Replay's able to find one.
That's incredible patience there out of your veteran and Replays.
Finds a second as well on a temp.
Wow. Hey, what a tough spot to do it from, right? Naded, stunned off the break, has to just lay there on his belly and waits for help. Doesn't need it, though. He's able to make the play, and now Slasher has a lot of time to work with, but he's so far from the bomb, and he just has to get going. And this is not what you want to see. Hello. Well, wow.
Hello back.
Wow. Slasher just rips the Attach.
Play for streaks. Yeah, he's going to try and back down.
Yeah.
Maybe challenge for a gunfight, but yeah, he's at 450 now.
You can see just playing his life, seeing if maybe he can get an advantageous gunfight in this. Not enough time to work this defuse, just hoping he can catch someone. He might get spotted. He's able to back down replays. Replays, once again, just playing his life, being patient. Priest is trying to push him on the edge. Look at this. They're trying to collapse. They're trying to collapse. They're able to pick him up. They make sure there are no streaks. Do you think maybe Slasher should have gone kind of laid back bunker?
Yeah, I think so.
Let the time go out?
Yeah, it seems like he got a little too curious right there. Probably should have backed down. You're at 450. He's trying to play that life because you know how good streaks can be, especially on this map.
I mean, he spotted replays. If there's 5 more seconds off the clock, you know, there's probably not time for Priest to collapse. But you could see as soon as they knew his position, Priest just sprints through mid-map to make sure he can get the flank on. And now that streak run no longer alive and well for Slasher. But now let's get into the second offense here for Envy. Last time they were first blooded, but we're still able to pull off the 3v4. Priest has been smoked out of this position, so he's going to go look cave. He's going to get caught. Wow! What a gunfight win there from Priesta, and then Replays picks it up. Priesta had no right winning that gunfight.
No, I was about to yell at him, honestly. Like, what are you doing in that position? Like, why are you spreading that corner? But he wins that gunfight. Slasher now left in a very tough position, 1 versus 4. And again, Replays having another great game. He is 4-1 right now on a 4 spree. If Replays can find the 5th right here, this will put him very close to streaks. He's able to find it. So Replays can just keeping that going from game number 1.
He's having a hell of a series here. I know they dropped the game 1, but he had an excellent performance as the main AR and doing everything he can here. It all started behind that play, the patience at mid-map.
Yeah, like how ridiculous was that?
Well,
you think he gets naded? Like, why don't you just check behind the tank?
Exactly. That's all I was thinking the whole time is like they hit him with the nades. They know he's going to be laying there. They're going to check it. They don't, though, and it gives him 2 kills, and now he's got 4 in a row.
You know what? If the community doesn't want to give Replays love, we will.
No, we'll love him a lot. All right, what do you think of the spread right now? Kind of standard stuff from FaZe here.
Yeah, but Envy's stacked 3 towards that B site, so they may play very aggressive. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Classic. He needs to stay alive, just try to gain some information, because FaZe is playing very slow off the break.
Is Attach sniping right now? Okay, I figured he had to be. They're playing for a pick.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, had a chance for a moment there. Classic, though, going to get a couple shots in and wisely back down.
Now, Envy, they have a solid setup. They're locking down middle map. Bomb is wrapping towards that bell. So that's Priesta. So it looks like it will be a B hit later on.
They still got 3 players there, though.
Nope. It's a bit of a trap right now from Envy that's set up.
Here goes the stun. They got to play behind this stun. You can't use these tacticals and not get anything behind it, but it doesn't connect with anything. I think it goes deep, so
they try to get middle.
2 inside of you. Zuma at least able to win 1. That is massive there.
But on the other side, they drop bomb.
EnVy find a kill. They've had so much aggression there on the B site that they're able to get forward. They may realize they have bomb. 2 versus 2. Attaching in the backside. Slasher ready and waiting. Zuma, though, wins 1. 1-on-1. Zuma looking for the ace. He's got 3 in a row. He's 5-2. Can he beat Slasher here? He doesn't have a lot of time to work with. He has to grab this bomb and just get across and get this planted. But the timing should work out perfectly here for Slasher.
I was going to say he's going to get there in time, but Slasher's playing towards that A site. Maybe he didn't know that he had bomb down, so bit of a mistake. And now, I mean, Zuma, he's at 450. He's on 3. Again, he's fighting for that ace.
And he was huge. I mean, he gets that first pick inside of you where there's 2 players set up from Envy, and that's the first domino. That's why they're able to get the entrance. Now, will he get the luck and spot him? Hasn't been able to do it yet, but he stays alive. He stays alive. He repeats the challenge. Zuma, the Italian stallion there with the ace. What a big round from him.
And that's one of those rounds that's sort of a swing round. Now, if you're FaZe, you're up 3-1. You're very close to streaks for Zuma. If you're able to get this, you know, 1 more kill, you have streaks to work with. If you're Envy, you bring it back 2-2, but that's a round you feel like Envy has to win, especially with bomb down in that position.
Well, they had 3 and B the entire time. They were kind of peeking up through a bell. They realized it was kind of a spread offense from FaZe. But once that rotation's come in, they're able to isolate that bomb carrier, but it's not enough. They get Zuma'd as he takes over the round. Now a 3-1 advantage for FaZe here, trying to answer back a heartbreaking loss in that game 1.
Oh, well, Priest is able to find Hooch, so that's another first blood for FaZe.
They've got all of them.
They have all 5.
Big part of the reason they're up 3-1. The only round they lost, they should have won. That was the 4-3. This should very much be a 4-0 advantage for FaZe. Zuma just wants one more kill here to give him the pair of those deadly streaks.
Yeah, and we need to be careful here. Yes, you're trying to win the round, but you would hate to give Zuma some streaks. Temp, able to find it, making it 3 versus 3, and Zuma's going for it. No. That's a bit of an over challenge right there from Zuma. But it's on Priesta. Priesta's going to find one. Now it's a 1 versus 2 for Temp. He's being pinched. He has to try and trade this kill, and Priesta may be able to catch him. This is a big gunfight. Priesta should win it.
FaZe, a 4th round there. A nice one-on-one. He had the cover to work with, obviously. Not an easy win. I mean, the only good thing is that Slasher is able to win that one-on-one fight versus Zuma, so you don't get some streaks, but the lead continues to grow for FaZe. The pressure mounting here on Envy.
Just feel like the Envy offenses have been very slow, right? Just not a lot of, just giving.
What do you want to see him do?
Just push a bomb site, right? Just try to push something. Obviously, they try to hit that A push. Priesta wins that gunfight. Replays follows that up.
You win that, and things probably go your way.
Yeah. But towards the middle and B site, they've been very slow. Just giving guys like Zuma and attach a lot of map position. FaZe, on the other hand, they're going to push this B site very quick.
Priesta starting to inch his way forward. He's got the top ruins. Got vision on at least 2 players here. Nice shots there to clean up Tim. And he gets down with his life. Pops up for another. It's traded back and forth. 2 versus 2. Here we go. Hook isolated inside of Broken. He's got a couple of nice shots in, but Hook just doing what he can.
Yeah, this is just so tough for him.
A 1 versus 2 for Hook. Not the position you want to be in.
No.
Bomb now getting planted. How do you even play this? What options do you have?
You hope FaZe gives something up, but again, both of these guys, yeah, they both have STGs. Hook with that PPSH, not able to find anything. So, what, 5-1 now for FaZe?
That's what's so difficult. You know, when you have a sub in that spot, it's like, even if it's not like he can reposition, really. You wrap back towards mid, you still have to deal with this same gunfight. Yeah. You need an STG there to give yourself a chance. I'm surprised there wasn't one maybe down and Broken he could have picked up. He had a couple of teammates drop there. But he would have needed, obviously, I mean, even if he had an STG, that's still still very difficult, but at least he gives himself a chance to maybe pick the player there at top ruins.
Yep. So now Envy, you would imagine after that game 1 win, they'd have a bit more energy, but they're getting crushed here on Arden Forest.
Think about, we've seen them play 2 S&Ds. They got 6-0'd by Optic. It looked horrendous. Now, at risk of being 6-1'd, but finally, their first blood on the board, but quickly, Attach able to respond.
Look at Priesta, yeah, like, look how quickly he's on this rotation.
This is done.
Yep, he's able to find one. Oh, not able to find the second. Ooh. Nice shots there, but now it's Slasher left in a 1 versus 1. Can he win it? No.
Replays with the shots there. AR on AR. And Slasher knows that one. That's one he should have won, but not able to do it in FaZe. Quickly answer back to that first game loss, a 250-249 scoreline with a thumping of Envy in the search and destroy. So Envy's won now in 2 searches. They've won a round. 1 round.
That's not real good.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And you imagine, right, you have 2 1v1s in that map. And it's Slasher. That's the guy you want in that position if you're Envy. He wants to be in that position, but he loses both of those. I mean, if those go his way, it's like 4-3.
You take a look at the scoreboard there. Slasher has a good game, but again, a couple 1v1s he maybe could have won, but he didn't get a whole lot of help from his team at all.
I was just about to say, yeah, he's probably pretty frustrated.
Yeah, he's got 9. The rest of his team combines for 8. But Replays, the man of the hour right now for this FaZe roster. I know they lose the game 1, but he had a stellar game 1. He comes in here, goes 8-3. So Search and Destroy looks strong for them, and now it's going to be Arden 4 CTF. And this is one that, I mean, both teams like to play, but more so for FaZe. But FaZe, you know, the last 2 times we've seen them play, at least against Team Caliber, they got beat 4-0, they got beat 3-0 last night. They haven't seen a whole lot of success. Granted, Envy maybe not as good of a team as executing as somebody like Team Caliber when it comes to a mode like CTF. But guys, coming up next, the swing game, the CTF. We are tied up at 1-1. The loser of this goes home, or, well, they go up to the pro player lounge and they watch the rest of the matches. This is going to be very stressful for either teams. Guys, don't go anywhere. Tweet the stream. We'll be right back.
I'm one of the smarter players in the game, and I also have the raw talent of like the most talented players in the game, so I have a good balance of both. And I'm really good at every single game mode, so I think that's what puts me above everyone else.
He tries to be a good leader, and, you know, sometimes he gets really frustrated and lets it out on other people.
No, he came on fire, Kylo. What are you doing?
Wait, I was about to
I'm
put
off streaks. Like, why don't you help me?
I didn't.
I literally just said it.
Alright, my bad, bro. Chill.
I'm chill, but like, come the f on.
In that specific listening, the mistake that was made was literally just not listening to communication.
I feel like that's our biggest problem is our communication in the game.
Like, communication and listening to the communication has been terrible. A lot of people who gave me a bad time for that listening didn't realize the next day we turned around and we almost got eliminated by E6, by Lightning Pandas, and some other team because we didn't listen to the call out. And it's been an ongoing problem for months now. That's why my tone was the way it was.
We were already out our pool. That was like an exhibition match at that point, so.
It's inexcusable at this point to not just listen, especially to me. I'm our quote-unquote leader. Like, if I say something, we have to do it. And if it doesn't work out, it's on me.
We all want to win. Like, it's not like he's putting us down to the point where, like, he's against us. I feel like it's not that bad.
I'm not going to change anything because if we're not listening to each other, we're not going to win. Simple as that.
Joe, that is something we've talked about a lot. You know, Slasher, I think you could say, is an unorthodox leader in the way that he handles things. He can get very frustrated with his guys, and there are some players that, I mean, I could think back to, for me, high school basketball. We had a coach that was very in your face, scream at you, tear you down to build you up type thing. And there were some guys that absolutely dealt with that well and built them into great players, and other guys that crumbled. Like, I saw a lot of talented players when I was younger not go anywhere because the coach just got in their head. Like, they couldn't play with someone like that was on them all the time. And that's, I mean, is it a little bit different when you're like a high school kid versus now? Sort of, but like, there's still a lot of young people.
Pretty young. Yeah, I mean, these guys are 18, 19 years old. I think the big thing, though, that Slasher is he just gets frustrated. The reason he comes off that way is because this isn't the first or second time this is happening, right? Like, if these problems keep coming up, he gets mad. And I think that is sort of where things get.
Slasher's always been like that. It's like
yes.
you're either a teammate that can deal with that or you can't. And like maybe it can rub people the wrong way the way he is. I understand it, but I'm of the opinion if your drive's that much and you're that good at the game, go ahead. It'd be one thing if you weren't good, but when you're one of the top players in the game, I don't know. It's 50-50 for me. Like, sometimes it frustrates me. Sometimes, you know, it's just that's what he feels he needs to do to get this team going. But right now. Go ahead.
Is there any like videos of you playing basketball? I'd love to watch that.
I don't think so. When I was in high school, were there video cameras?
You're right.
There might have been. There might have been. I can find some. My parents actually do have home videos of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably have hair too. It's probably cool.
Oh, I was all spiky, dude. I had gel in it.
Ah.
Nice push here. Nice push here off the break, though. Zuma is able to find a couple of kills, and he's going to get the flag out. He's got Attach to help him. 2 are going to spawn Ruins and overextend, but 2 players have already popped from FaZe. This should be a very quick opening strike. Attach rotates all the way over. I love this. He rotates all the way over from field where he was helping with the original push and picks up the 2 kills on the flank. Great start.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I feel like FaZe is the one team where their break off, like 50% of the time, I'm going to have a Maven stat here. It turns into a cap. But I just feel like every time I watch them, they get capped so early on in the game. So I don't know what FaZe does, but you should watch their breakoffs and take it. But yeah, Zuma, he's very close to streaks. He's on a 3 spree. He also was able to put that flag in. So we know how good streaks can be on this map.
Well, it's going to be Slasher more than likely that has this 1v1. Tags up Zuma like this. You got to just back away for now. Wait for a little bit of help. The help comes in. That's going to be Attached there to make the play with him. One more player here. He's trying to trade it out. EnVyUs spots him. Nice shots. You thought Tip had that one. Slasher trades it out, but not before Tommy's able to pick up the streaks. Pistol out for Attach as he tacks on a 5-2 start for him. And now he's patrolling mid-map. And he will die.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Zuma's so close. Like, he's just sort of waiting in his base. He's probably just so bored. I mean, he's the type of guy that just wants to go. On the other side, you have Replays who's able to find 3, and they put more pressure on the EnVy base. And Zuma, calling this fighter pilot, he should be able to get a couple of kills here.
Mountain's out.
Yeah, but they got to go, right? Pull the flag. Pull it.
No one pulls it. Now you've got them in position to watch this cross. This is something we saw against Team Caliber a bit last night, where FaZe would be in position in bunker and not be able to execute.
If you're shooting the fighter pilot and there's nobody in the back of the base, that is a free pull. Anyways, well, Zuma's still alive back here, but he's going to get cleaned up, and, well, that was a waste of a streak. Temp now pushing up the middle of the map. Well, he's already switched off of Mountain because he used that fighter pilot.
Good use of Mountain there by Envy to make sure it's not an early 2-0 scoreline here for the FaZe side, but a couple of kills will go their way. And speaking of streaks, you have Slasher slowly building towards some of his own. He gets hit with a nade here at Fire Cut, though, and now he might get collapsed on. You've got 2 players pushing into field from FaZe. The collapse is dropped inside of you as his teammate Classic is able to pick it up. He repositions. It doesn't win the gunfight. I think with that tree there, he lost a little bit of auto aim for a second. He gets snapped on. Now all 4 are going to be dead. You still have a glide bomb to work with if you need to use it. And Priesta getting into position here in you.
Yeah, I imagine Zuma, because of the position, he's not going to call in that glide bomb. Well, there we go. He's able to find Hooch, so they still have that glide bomb to work with. Let's go over to attach really quick. He may pick up some streaks with this as well. So he's going to be at, what, about 450.
Once he gets it in, he ran by it.
He ran right by it.
And he's still got pressure here from FaZe, though. It's still going to be replays in Zuma. Envy struggling to get out of their base right now.
Yeah,
Nice plays there from
I was going to say, you struggle, though, when you're not trading kills. Like, Classic or Slasher, one of those two should have picked up that kill on attaches. He's going for that flag. That maybe then buys enough time, but you look at that scoreboard. You have Hook at 5-8, Temp at 2-8, Classic at 5-8. That's slaying. This is a team. They rely on that slaying power.
They absolutely do, and there's been no sign of it here in map 3. Attach all the way pushed up Bell. Some nice shots in the Classic for a moment, but playing his life because you see the bottom right there. He's also close to streaks after putting through that score, but now the pressure at the base. Look at this. Oh, both of them sprinting back immediately. You love to see it. They come and help, and they're able to hold there on the back line, but as he gets the assist, he still needs to get these streaks.
He's trying to get in a better position, gets another assist. Just needs one more. But he's going to work this flank. Maybe just tries to pepper some shots in the people off spawn where his teammates can clean it up. Has to be careful here. Continue to be patient. And that's what he'll do. He knows all of the EnVy players are stuck around that bunker. Oh, did he see it? He saw his elbow. He's just going to back down. There he go. Puts a few shots in. Here comes the trade. Zuma pushing up right away. There we go. Great job by FaZe right there.
You gotta love that. I mean, how often do you see 3 assists get you to streaks? Great plays there. The touch is gonna get him another, and now he's working towards the artillery. Spawn coming in, Bell. Off to the races is FaZe Clan.
Zuma's gonna call that glide bomb. You can see, yeah, he's not off spawn. He's gonna call it in. He's gonna find Slasher. Nope, he's not gonna find either of them. So still a little bit of pressure, but Priest is in a great spot. Accidentally bayonets the air, but Flag's still in.
What a half from FaZe. Whew. They take that 6-1 victory in Search and Destroy, and the momentum flows right into the CTF here.
What was Replay's face right there?
Oh, I stepped away for a second.
He was just zoned out. I had no idea what he was doing.
Well, I mean, keep doing what you're doing because the team looking very, very good here.
And again, one of these teams, they're going to win, and they're going to play a team that loses on later today. Like, this is your time to...
Is it the Luminosity United side? Because it flips in second round, right? I'm not sure which one it is, though. Well, yeah.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah, no, definitely is, because that's where it flip comes. Yeah, so it'd be Luminosity United, so they play the loser of that. That should be a crazy match as well. Temp.
Don't quote us on that.
Okay.
I have to look at the bracket. But anyways, 3-0, you know, 4 FaZe. Yeah, replays in Zuma continue. I mean, Zuma's at 12. Everybody positive on the FaZe side.
There we go. Maybe Tim can get something going behind that. Nice little snap back as he's able to pick up attach as well. And now the pressure coming in immediately. That's going to be 4 dead right now for FaZe Clan. An opening here. Tim's got to get back to Ruins, though.
Yeah, they're just overextending. This is a big gunfight. Needs to find one. Not able to. So now FaZe, you can see a couple of players. They may be calling in streaks. They are doing that. And that player, that's replays. He's just going to go for a pull right away.
He gets the pull. He's trying to get back to Ruins, but Classic makes the play there. They have to invest another streak. It's an artillery on the flag. They don't want Envy to get any momentum early in this second half. They've got the flag in a deadly position, but look, they're able to get the touch for FaZe Clan as well, and he's off into Ruins.
So a solid job by FaZe. This is what you want. You want a stalemate because you can just waste time. You have some streaks as well to work off of. They are putting the pressure on this Team EnVyUs base. Zuma, he's pushed up towards this ice cut. Glide bomb in. Now they're going to go. You have replays in Zuma going. Zuma able to find another one. Can they get this return? There's just one player left. Replays finds one. It's Temp. Can he continue to clutch up? He's just pre-firing this, trying to find Zuma. Just back and forth. Well, Temp able to win another one, so a great play out of Temp. They got to be careful because he's getting close to streaks.
Wow, Temp going clutch. He starts so slow. 2-11, now up to 6-13, and making the plays to make sure they at least keep the stalemate alive and don't have a 4-0 deficit.
Yeah. Here's the one thing, too, with stalemates. If they're able to win this, right, you have control of the EnVy base, or the FaZe base. So what we see sometimes with stalemates is you can get a relay going just because of the nature of the situation. So we'll see if EnVy come on top of this. They can cut that lead down to 3-2 very fast.
How do you play this if you're FaZe right now? Do you even worry about the return?
I would play 4-man defense, honestly.
Just kind of across mid-map. Just make sure, you're not hold cover. Don't get overly aggressive. Make sure you don't get those 3-4 down situations that can be so deadly.
If I was him, I would just not leave this position. It looks like he's doing that. He's getting pushed up. You have a guy in ruins. That's Preset. He's locking down that lane, and this is where you want replays. Just waste time. Waste EnVy's time right now. That's all it is. It's them against the clock.
Well, Hook just wins a big gunfight there at mid-map, so he might have an opening. If Slasher wins this is the push. You've got Slasher hitting. Hook, though, is going to end up dropping, so now Slasher's going to be by himself until Classic can help from mid.
Now the spawns are up as well. Slasher, though, finds another. Classic. Can he find it? Nope. See, spawns up. There we go. Great job by FaZe. Just find that last kill.
Pretty good push from the two players of EnVy, but unfortunately, I mean, you have the advantage if you're FaZe, right?
Yeah, look at the flag. The flag's actually in the go, so they know. They just don't have time right now. They have to push this. They have to make it a 4 versus 4. They're trying to get Hook into a solid position. You have Temp, top Ruins. The other two players are starting to push middle.
A lot of pressure to attach right now. He needs to go big, and he can't do it. 2 kills for Classic. Temp working towards streaks. This could be gigantic if they can get the return.
Yeah, he's going to back you up. He hits that nade. That hits Priest up. Makes him very weak. Spawns are in. They have to go right now.
Nice gunfight win there for Hook. Collapsing on the back. Hook hits another. The final player is going to be your flag carrier. Can they drop him? On the back, not able to do it. And FaZe once again. I mean, do you have to send Tip as well in that situation?
I thought he was going to go. I honestly did think he was going to yell. I thought he was going to yell with that team. And, well, it looks like he may have to now. Only 90 seconds left. Tempto, he's going to get caught out. And Zuma might have this return. Throws a nade. Slasher's in position, though, to trade it out.
This has been what? Nearly 3 minutes of a stalemate. Everything you could ask for if you're FaZe Clan. And it's been 2 different times they had to step it up on defense to keep the stalemate going.
And again, you have a 3-0 lead, so even if there is a bit of a relay, like, well, there we go. It's a 4-0 lead now.
Yeah, that's it.
They still have another flag.
That's it. They
Fighter pilot coming in, yeah.
A bunch of streaks to work with here. We'll watch the final seconds go, but after a gutsy performance from EnVy in the game one in which they pulled out in the final seconds behind a great play from Slasher, they now get 6-1 in the search and destroy. They get 4-0'd, if not worse, if something else goes through in the final seconds here. It has not been pretty in maps 2 and 3 for EnVy.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the bracket now. So yeah, the loser of this, or the winner of this, will play the loser of E United and Luminosity.
That's what I figured, yeah.
So that is one you definitely take. And then on the other side, you have Rise versus Red Reserve up next. They'll play the loser of Optic TK. Right?
Wow, that is what's great about playoffs. I mean, there are just
it's 8 real good teams.
All the matches, amazing. But we'll watch the final seconds dwindle here. Team EnVyUs dominated in this search, or in this CTF. FaZe Clan looks so strong. They put the first cap through in the opening 45 seconds. They don't look back from there.
Yeah, no, they definitely don't. And the slaying was just one way. It was FaZe Clan. I mean, you just had a slow start, really, from everybody on the EnVy side.
And I believe the hardpoint St. Marie, that was EnVy's pick,
This is EnVy's pick. Yep. So this is one you expect them to win. We don't see a lot of St. Marie Dumont hardpoint too often now, especially with Valkyrie.
We used to see a ton of it, but Birmingham, I don't know if I cast the St. Marie hardpoint once, honestly.
It was just Lennon Dox and Valkyrie.
That's it, yeah.
So we're going to take a final look at this scoreboard. Suma 20-16, Priest at 19-13, Attach 14-9, and Replay 17-16 on the other side. Nobody was positive from EnVy.
And I think a lot of it comes down to, you mentioned the strength of the opening breaks from FaZe. They get a strong opening break, and they never look back, man. They were in control of the map throughout the entire game. Every single time EnVy was trying to get in position, their fighting players already set up on cover, and anytime FaZe needed to execute, outside of the one time they used the fighter pilot, which didn't really lead to anything, every other execution was flawless. I mean, all those scores, how easy were they? It was like a 4-down situation where they get a touch almost immediately after it. There was like no point in which EnVy really had a chance to even make a return on a lot of those scores.
You saw that that little picture right there of Slasher. You can tell he's frustrated. Again, he wants to win. That is the goal in his mind. He believes he's one of the best players in the world.
He is.
Even since last year. No, he definitely is. But they're struggling right now.
Yeah, struggling is an accurate word to use.
He hasn't moved from that position.
He's in a trance.
He needs a
It's like, what team?
Pina colada on a beach.
What team am I going to, or am I just getting rid of these 3? That might be what's going through Slasher's head right now. which is tough. You know, I can tell you for sure, just hearing from players and murmuring and rumors. Murmuring, is that a word? but like, you just know something's coming, and you have to wonder, with Stage 1 playoffs being kind of the cutoff right before the roster mania, is like, how many of these teams are thinking about that? Like, Joe, have you ever been in a position where you're going into a tournament and you're thinking like, hey, I may be dropped, or hey, we need to make a change right afterwards?
Yes, it was in Ghost, and teammates were in other people's rooms with their future teams. Like, yes, it was crazy.
And how much does that affect your play?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just, obviously it's a little bit different. It's a different stages for $500,000, but it was interesting. You just tell that some pressure was off for some people, and that affected them, and the pressure was on for others. But yeah, I don't think anybody's safe right now, honestly.
No. Like, we were talking about it in the green room. It's like, you could see every single team possibly making a change. Am I saying that's going to happen? Who the hell knows? We've been in positions where we expect a lot of changes and then nothing happens. I don't personally think this is one of those spots. I think something's happening, whether it's after Stage 1 playoffs or after Seattle. I think we're in for a doozy, man. It all comes down to, again, I know there's contracts involved and buyouts, and there's a lot more that goes into it than simply saying, hey, we want that guy, hey, you get this guy. But you just think once that first major move happens, the whirlwind begins. But for now, let's take the focus off Roster Mania and get back to this series. Envy, FaZe. Envy 1 map away from elimination right now. They have to take this hard point. It was their pick. Can they get it done?
Yeah, off the start, Zuma, he's gonna get in. Nade on. Oh, actually, that was a stun. So he wins that gunfight. He's gonna start earning some time. But the trend has continued. Everybody on FaZe is finding kills, but Classic, he was that guy yesterday. Can he start it again for Envy?
Right now, pressure on Envy to rack up what time they can and also worry about those streaks. I think it's some great Zuma. Nice little flank through mid. Doesn't get the second, though, as Slasher. Sure enough, able to snap there and find the kill. But Priest and Replays combining to take out the rest of the team Envy. And now they've got the setup for next. They're racking up time in Restaurant. Usually you don't see the team on the top side get a lot of time here in Restaurant, but they're doing just that.
Yeah, this is the decision that Envy has to make. Classic's able to find 2, so they're going to fight for the scrap time, and then for there, they're going to start to push towards that Winery Hill. Let's say, are they going to go around, or are they going to give up that time, but they fight for it? Replay's able to find Temp, so Temp's going to spawn very far away. 1 second left on this hill. Envy do have a 1-point lead, but Winery control over to FaZe.
Now this push is going to be the big one from Envy. Can you find an opening pick and start the pressure in? Attach, watching that kind of ammo street. Classic, he does find that opening pick. Classic and Tip able to do it. Now the flood going to come through, but it's Zuma. Zuma's on the flank, and both players are going to get dropped. He bounces up for the third, but just falls a little bit short. But it's enough to hold that first wave.
And this is the worst spot that you don't want to be in if you're Envy. You have to hit the back. You have one player that was attached so far pushed up towards that tower side, number 7 on your minimap, where they can't flood the front. And a lot of the times what we see on Winery or on parking lot is teams will just flood the front, they'll follow up their nades, and they'll at least contest. But because Envy spun out towards Radio Tower, they have to hit for the spawns.
It's almost like a hard point. Like you think about a crane on docks. Like if you're able to get them not spawning out water where they can nade and flood and flood and flood. If you get them spawning out the whole way at Cole, it's easy time. Envy didn't have another chance to crack at that. They had the one push, and then due to the position of attach, everything falls apart, and they've got to rotate, and that's why you see a 77 to 22 point lead right now for FaZe.
Yeah, but Envy can do the same thing back, right? If you give up Winery, you want to control parking lot. That's what they have. They have one player push very far up. That's Hook, but Zuma and crew, they might just go right down towards that front of the hill. He's all alone right now. Replays and attach. They're able to find 2. And now the pressure's on, but once again, it's Classic. Classic has been so clutch for Envy.
He's 9-5 right now on a 4 streak. Trying to help up towards mid-map. Nice little flick there to finish the weekend player. He's got some streaks coming. There's the first. Classic going off right now. 6 in a row here for Envy. Running through his teammates' bullets to hunt down another kill. Yikes, just a little bit.
You'd love to have that one. You would love to have that one to get towards that glide bomb and artillery. But there we go. They're right back into this game. It'll actually be a tie game if they continue to get all of this scrap time.
I don't think he spotted Zuma crossing, so Zuma might be able to, well, at least get into a nice position here to get the people on rotation.
Hook's in a great spot, but he shoots. Well, they're going to call in a fighter pilot. Hook needs to try and stay alive. Attach and Priest, they're going to go down. Then Hook stayed up, so he stayed alive. That fighter pilot saved him. So Hook's on the hill.
Hook's on the hill. I was about to say they got Zuma's position from the fighter pilot, but Zuma's still able to win. The fact he's in that position gives them a chance to collapse here. FaZe has a pinch opportunity, but all 4 players still up from Envy. Slasher takes out the first. Slasher takes out the second, and he's right back into the hard point. Nice shots. Slasher doing what he can, but the Envy flood needs to come in to help him out here.
Yeah, that's just it. I mean, the trades aren't going the way. Nice shots right there from Replays. He's 9-3 on a force free. One more kill and he'll get some streaks. Snaps onto that second player. That was disgusting. That's a talent that a guy like Replays has. Can he find those streaks? He is able to.
Ooh, gets the streaks and almost snaps yet again. 15 seconds here remaining on the hard point. Envy, after a disappointing effort there at Winery, do a great job at parking lot. They do a great job at lookout post, and they're right back into this game. They're set up here for restaurant. And we saw, who was it last night that dominated restaurant? Was it E United against Rise, where they just completely crushed them? So we know this is a hard point, especially on the second and third times through. You can really, pick up a lot of time.
Yeah, you definitely can. Nice shots there from Temp, but not able to find anyone. I thought that nade may find two.
Envy got cleared out of restaurant very quickly.
They definitely did. They got kicked out. Replays.
Get out of the restaurant. You're not wearing any shoes.
No open-toed shoes. Attached, though. He gets shredded out by Hook. So pretty much back and forth so far. Nobody able to get control. Priesta was trying to find his way up towards that winery. But again, now it's sort of the opposite from what we saw at the beginning of the game. Envy, they're in control. They're racking up that time, and they do have the side of the map that they want towards that winery side.
Well, we saw FaZe hold Winery basically flawlessly.
Yeah.
Can Envy put forth a similar effort and build maybe a lead of their own? But you still feel good about it. I mean, the fact they're only down, well, what, 8 points now. It was, what, 70-20 or so to kick off the game?
Yeah, you still have streaks on replay, so you have nobody in the hill if you're Envy. Hello.
Somebody get towards it.
Cool, there's 8 seconds you just wasted. But anyways, you still have streaks if you're Replays. And you can tell FaZe, they're starting to hit from all fronts. You have one guy hitting the back, you have one guy towards this ammo side, and you have a couple out the front. But Classic, he's just wasting this player's time. This is attached. He was just trying to time it perfectly. But wasted a lot. Nice shots right there on the replay.
Here's this position you talk about where FaZe is going to be able to flood the front over and over again. Well, one does spawn really far out. That's going to be Zuma, so he may not get a whole lot of... Well,
he might get a nice Zuma flank.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was going to go ahead and rotate, but he's going to try and get involved in the action as well. They want this time here.
Yeah, you have streaks, right? So you can break parking lot with the streak, but they're just going to back on up now.
He runs the whole way across the map, gets 2 kills, and then now just going to set up in his position to be an early cutoff here, so Envy can't just rally across the map.
You can see what Envy's doing. They're sending a couple towards restaurant, but you have Priesta in that position. They're actually sending 3 this way. Priesta could have found a lot of kills, but now it's Zuma's turn. Can he find one? He saw the gun of the other, able to find 2. That'll slow down the push of Team EnVyUs.
Now there's only one player really in a position to push right now. It's going to be Slasher, who's going to have to wait on help or die. So Slasher's dead. And now you have a full 4-man effort here from Envy. It is a tie game, 148 streaking from Classic. He wants replays out of the hard point. That'll make sure FaZe can't get any time. And now they go in, but there's a counter glide bomb that comes in for the other side. Replays, able to connect with 2. Priesta wins the gunfight, and FaZe clan right back in the hard point.
Yeah, I thought that was going to start the flood from Envy, but, well, Replays has a glide bomb of his own. You can see what Envy's doing. They're trying to send 4 out the front. Attach has a lot to work with. Not able to find the first. Slasher and crew are putting the pressure on that hill. Temp, nice shots right there. And there we go. They just busted their way through the front door.
They're able to do it with, only 10 seconds or so remaining. A couple of streaks left in this game, but they'll get that time and bring it to, very close game. It was a 250-249 scoreline in the first. We head into our next hard point, 162-164. FaZe has played 4 insane hard points so far this weekend. The 2 against TK were wild, and now this here. But a fighter pilot does come in, Joe. Replay is able to find a couple, and that'll allow Zuma to get into the hard point.
Yeah, look at the position that FaZe has. You have one guy pushed out towards Winery, which he just went down. But you basically spawned Envy players very far out because you had a guy towards the barn side as well. So that was a great setup from FaZe, but Envy, they're getting them out of the hill. 3 do go down, though. There's just one player left. That's Hook. He's also down. So you see that setup? They're spawning at parking lot. They're just wasting so much time.
What a hold from FaZe. What was basically a tie game. Now you see some separation in the scoreboard due to great positioning. Replays did an excellent job holding the Winery side. And once again, it looks like a hard point where Envy might get in for the final couple of seconds, depending on how this 1v1 goes. Nope, Priest able to win it.
Yeah, but Envy, they're setting up a restaurant. This is what brought them back into the game last rotation. They are down 27 points, but they have early control.
Yeah, last time, though, that early control evaporated very quickly. This time, Temp wanting none of it. 2 kills in Courtyard. to keep the control there. They get the call up. The spawn's on the opposite side. There's still one more player here for Temp to deal with. He's being peppered in the back, but gets into a position on the other side and at least finds one before dropping. This has been a...
Oh, no. Classic needed to find that. Attach able to find two. Now that'll start the flood and the trade. Classic wins that, then you have full control for Envy, but he's not able to, and FaZe are able to break on in.
Sometimes it's as simple as that.
So one
you
gun
have
fight,
to get
yeah?
the trade.
Well, there you go. He finds two. He's able to find a couple of more, and he's, again, it just feels like anytime they need something, it's Classic finding two.
Classic doing what he can. He's 28 and 24 in this one right now. But the slaying advantage, you can see, just very small, but to FaZe Clan. FaZe will get the remaining couple of seconds. They're over the 2:10 mark, and now it's all going to be this setup for Envy. But the problem is they're just getting set up, and one player just spawned in, so there's going to be early pressure here from FaZe. Early pressure on Classic. He's going to drop, and here we go. FaZe 44, there's a flank.
Hook snuck through. Yeah, Hook snuck through. He's going to be able to help Slasher, but Zuma's able to find one on the hill. So a couple of key gunfights going down on both sides of the map. Can Attach stay alive? No. Now this is what Envy wants. They have the same setup that FaZe had early on.
Yeah, you see him spawning out back right.
This is exactly what you want.
Exactly what you want, but can they hold it? A couple gunfights, though, go to FaZe. Now they're able to actually flood in the backside. It's going to be the front push from Envy to try and get back in the swing of things. Nice shot there from Temp to win it with the pistol. One man remaining here. It's the ammo spawn, but with only 20 seconds remaining, Envy now back in control of this game. They've taken the lead, and wow, these hard points have been a treat.
This is a big engagement right here. Attach versus Slasher. Slasher going to expect him to be in this corner. Oh my gosh. See that blue guy?
Come here. Come into my web.
Who's going to find
Slasher's like,
first?
no, I am fine here. I'm actually...
This is such an intense
I'm
moment
good.
that we're just waiting on.
He checks it. He checks it. He wins it. Slasher. Disgusting stuff there. As now he's got control of the back, and yeah, that is why it's so big. Attached to the back, and Slasher wins another one-on-one, but they've got to get in the hard point. Envy gets the break. Envy could push this to a game 5 with a hold here. Only 10 more points needed. FaZe trying to flood in from the B-bomb site. The flood's coming in, but they're still Hook in the hard point. Hook wins a big one-on-one. His teammates watching the mid lane. He opts out for a second, but the ticks go through in Envy. Get another ridiculous victory in hardpoint. Give us game 5.
Well, game number 1, who won the clutch 1v1?
Slasher.
Game number 4, that win on Attach. Spawns Attach out. The rest of his team flood on through, trade effectively, and wow, what a hardpoint.
It's like, I know there are a lot of moments throughout the course of the hardpoint that determine the final scoreline, but Slasher has had some moments in the clutch.
He definitely has.
I know he goes -2. So what was the slaying actually? So a +1. They got outslayed by, I don't know, 8 or so kills, somewhere in that ballpark. So they get outslayed, but are still able to take the victory. And that's something that I think that might be the first time the entire year I've said that about Envy, where they get outslayed, win a game.
Probably true.
And I know it wasn't a big margin, obviously. Yeah. It was close, but still, that's not something they were really capable of. Typically, if they were close in slaying, they were getting blown out sometimes.
But when we talk about sort of outslaying and winning maps, what map is it? It's always St. Marie, it feels like. Just due to the, like, Hills Lake parking lot, Hills Lake Winery, even Outlook posts where you felt like no team really had control. Felt like Envy really got themselves back into it at Restaurant.
Well, guys, it all started on London Docks an hour ago. It was a 250 to 249 scoreline. Guess what? We're headed back to the docks for a game 5. Loser of this goes home. Winner keeps fighting in the $500,000 playoff. It's FaZe. It's Envy. Game 5. Right back after this quick break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to day 2 of the $500,000 Stage 1 playoff. We've got 2 of the biggest organizations in Call of Duty, 2 of the longest standing organizations, FaZe Clan, EnVy. And I'll tell you what, if you watch 2 maps from today, the 2 hard points have been absolutely absurd. Slasher has been clutching in gunfights. He has no right winning. Unfortunately for them, the maps 2 and 3 were. That's
they definitely were. And I mean, just talking about this FaZe team, right? Like, this is a roster you expect to win hard points. Like, the fact that they may win this series with 2 search and destroys and 1 CTF win, that's big for them.
Well, they won what? Both of them against TK last night. EnVy look horrendous in their hard points yesterday. It seems they've fixed something. I know we've mentioned, I said it yesterday, they're Jekyll and Hyde when it comes to hard
They
points.
looked horrible in search.
So
they've one round win.
Exactly. 1 round win for EnVy thus far in their 2 search and destroys at playoffs. Can they improve here? Tweet the stream, guys. Game 5, FaZe, EnVy.
Well, Zuma finds that first blood on him. Classic. You saw that nade go over the roof and basically land on Classic. So Zuma just peeks out, puts a couple of bullets in him. Well, he goes down, so that's another first blood over to FaZe.
We'll see what FaZe opt to do with the bomb right now. It's in Priest's hand, and he's just trying to get vision on B. Hook now, getting into aggressive position on A. He spots replays in the back, but
look,
down for now.
I was going to say that timing. Zuma almost had him in the back, but look where Zuma was. So far, push up. Nice shots right there out of Zuma, but he gets traded out.
Zuma, though, the entry man, has found 2 kills here, so it will be a 3v2 advantage. They're going to get this bomb down at B after EnVy rotate out, so some mind games coming in on their side. Well, really, it's the Zuma games that come in as he's able to apply so much pressure there as they rotate. Now, what can Hook and Temp do here in a 2-on-3 retake?
This is tough, especially the way FaZe is playing it. Well, Priesta finds that first, so now Temp in a 1 versus 3. Not a lot of time left. Finds one. Nice shots onto attach. But again, only 18 seconds left, and well, it takes 7.5 to defuse the bomb, so doesn't have a lot of time to work with. May just back up here, just play some streaks, maybe try to find another.
Pre-fires inside, nice shots. Nothing he can do, obviously, but he does get 3 kills. Priest, the last man up, is he gonna take this gunfight? No, just laying inside the lights. So Zuma, big part of that, obviously, gets the first blood to open things up behind the grenade to top mid. He gets aggressive all the way to like fire ladder.
Yeah, look
or
where
fire
he pushes
steps.
up. Yeah.
And that is partially because, you know, Hook was getting aggressive on the A side at that same time, so he doesn't have any spot there kind of mid-map. And but Classic dropping in the opening, and it's just no presence mid-map, so it kind of becomes Zuma's playground here on Docks.
That's what I would say, yes. Mid-map is Zuma's playground. Zuma, he's in the top statue. EnVy, you can see they're going towards this A site. They're going to smoke out this window. I like this play. We don't see this too often. Replays is just trying to pre-fire on through. Gets 1 hit marker, but look where Hook is. Oh, he gets traded by attach, but Classic follows that up.
Oh, Replays drops, and he's ready for it, but unfortunately for him,
I think
it's Slasher.
Saw him. I think he saw him drop, to be honest.
Well, he wins the fight. And it is a 2v2, though. Does Zuma get traded out? Yes. He's going to drop. Temp, though, 1-on-1 with Priesta. 45 seconds on the clock. Bomb down outside of A. He's got bomb in hand. Looks like he wants to just get this down. So he'll get the plant. And look, remember that first round, he starts out 3-0. He's now 4-0 and so close to streaks. This is such a big 1-on-1. He wins this, he gets streaks. He loses it. It's a 2-0 edge for FaZe Clan and no streaks on the side of EnVy. This is massive.
Yeah, you talk about rounds that change the whole match. This could be one of them.
You've got the newest addition to FaZe Clan here, Priesta. Having to make the play against another 18-year-old player in Temp. 20 seconds down the clock. Temp spots him. Temp doesn't win it! Priesta rips his head off through the window!
What?
What was that gunfight? Was there, like, I think Temp accidentally crouched a little bit there. I mean, he had the first 3 bullets in. Holy smokes.
He just got melted.
What a 1v1. Priesta, ice in his veins. No streaks for EnVy. 2-0 edge for FaZe.
Can we watch that?
Wow.
Is there a replay? Can we get a replay? Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so he has to hit like 3 bullets here. I think he crouches an accident, right? 1, 2, 3. And crouches there. If he doesn't crouch and holds that, he probably wins it. Instead, he gets his head ripped off through the wall. I think that's one of those ones where you play tactical, your right thumb is your crouch, and I do it all the time. You accidentally crouch.
Well, I think he's just hitting it, so he's just trying to buy time. I don't think he wants to, like, over-challenge.
Well, he got the first 3 shots. You think he was just trying to go prone?
Yeah.
But he popped right back up.
Yeah, not sure. Well, Priesta, he got streaks off that. So we talked about how close Temp was. Well, Priesta was even closer. Slasher, though, in a great spot, able to find one.
They need a round win.
But Zuma so far pushed up. Oh, he gets horrible timing.
Priesta, though. He's got 5 kills in a row and the defuse. He's got streaks, right? Can we check Priesta?
Yeah, he does.
He has
He's just
to.
calling the glide bomb.
Oh, what am I saying? God, I was still focused on the last round. He got him in the previous. Oh, welcome to the match, Maven. It's game 5. 1 player left now. Envy finally looking to get on the board. And this is a big round win considering you already have the streak invested. Priesta hunting forward, gets a bullet in. Classic. Stuck, but Priesta, there's the bayonet.
Dude, if he wins another
On a
one,
sub as well.
he knows
Another
where this
1v1.
player is.
Another 1v1. Priesta making the plays for FaZe. Clutch
that is heartbreaking.
upon clutch. As the heart just being slowly and painfully ripped out of Envy's corpse.
Look at Slasher. Oh, man.
Wow. What
A 1v2, a 1v1. You have a swing round where Temp could have gotten streaks. Instead, it's Priesta who gets streaks.
He's 7-0. 7-0 in a game 5. And he just stunned the entire Envy.
I was going to say, that's a great stun right there. Just stops the entire Envy push. They can't even push up yet. Just starting to. Zuma, he sees them, backs down, like that play. Well, is he going to call the artillery? He may do so here in a couple of seconds as they get some more information on this B site. Well, now he's going to do it. Almost catches Classic.
And they're all just stuck inside of lights right now. I thought maybe a bait and switch. I thought Hook was going to jump across and someone's going to challenge. Nice job there. Yeah, the old double bait and switch. Going deep in the playbook. But Envy does get the first blood. Can they turn this into a round win? Hook hunting. Hook's got Zuma in the back. Nice one-on-one win for him, and now a 4v2 advantage for Envy. Okay. Yeah, all right. There we go. Envy on the board. Their second round victory.
Think if those two 1v1s just go Envy's way. Now we're looking at, what, 3-1 for them?
I can say this.
Yeah.
The same about the first Search and Destroy, right? Slasher had a couple 1v1s that he wasn't able to win. They've been clutch in every moment they need to in the hard points. Not exactly the same story for the Search and Destroys, Joe.
Not at all, as they put up their second round of the entire event so far in Search and Destroy.
I know it's only been 2 days, but still, that's not a stat you want.
Nah.
As many rounds played as days played. Or rounds won. Okay. 3-1 advantage for FaZe Clan. Let's see what Classic can do from water steps. They fly at him. They fly at him. Attach gets the entry, but Temp finds a kill at basically the exact same moment. Hook is looking for this kill. They know Attach picked one up from mid. Can he spot him? He spots him on the box. Nice shots there from Hook. Still got replays in the back. He's getting tagged up from fire as well. Zuma's able to get that kill.
That is so frustrating for Hook. You do so much work. There we go. Slasher able to trade that out. Now it's another 1 versus 2. Replay's turn. He's not having the best game. He's at 0-4. But still, every other clutch has gone FaZe's way.
He's had a good series to this point, though, for sure.
Yeah, he has.
But can he pick it up here in the game 5? You see bomb down, front side of fire. Not a ton of time to work with, but enough time.
He's very loud. That's why he's taking his time. He doesn't have a lot of time to work with, though. Only 28 seconds. May find Temp right here. This is that big gunfight, able to win it.
Hell of a 1v1.
He's got to go, though. Only 20 seconds left, and he has to plant this bomb. He's going to choose A or B. If he chooses B, he may find a great timing right here. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
He spots him. He spots him, but Slasher, that's his third one-on-one. This one, he's able to win. They didn't go his way on the Arden Forest, but here he's able to clutch up. How tight have these rounds been? What the hell is in the water right now?
Yeah, that's just a huge 50-50. Like if replays goes A there, plants the bomb, he's in a great position. Or if even Slasher turns around, thinks he's going towards A. That could have gone so many different ways, but both players find each other at the exact same time. Well, that gunfight goes over to Slasher.
So Envy, after some heartbreaking rounds, right back into this. 3-2 is your scoreline. Envy, last time they got aggressive here, they caught a stun to the face. There's the stun that goes in, slows him down for a moment. You still have the fighter pilot here on Priesta.
It's the same push that we saw last round, last offensive round out of Envy. They send 3 towards his B Street. Priest is the only player over here. Zuma now watching this cross. He gained that information. Knows who went inside the lights.
Zuma there to help mid-cut. He's going to backtrack for now. Rotating over to B is going to be replays on the defensive side. So this time Priest, he should have some help. He's going to call in the fighter pilot.
I don't think he's going to get anything.
Can he connect?
He's going to find anything.
Can he connect?
He might catch number 7. That's Hook.
Gets 1 hit in attempt. The big thing about replays is he rotated across. He was able to find a kill on the player coming out of light. So Hook will ultimately drop. Not at the hands of the streak. But Envy down 2 players right now.
You gotta win this if you're temp. You gotta yell. Oh my gosh.
He just got toyed with.
See ya.
He just got toyed with. I mean, he was going to be in a 1-on-3 even if he won that, but Attach dancing with death and just pops and destroys Temp there. 4-2 advantage now for FaZe Clan. You know, we talked about Game 5s on Hot Mic and just the pressure of them, how your comms change, how you can get flustered, how crucial they are. And this is not a winner's bracket Game 5, right? Where, you know, you're dropping into losers. This is a winner's bracket, or sorry, loser's bracket Game 5 where you're done. Your tournament run is over.
That's a big round for your FaZe, if you're FaZe, right? You go up 3-0, everything's looking great, and then Envy comes back and wins 2. It's a little scary there if they win 3 in a row. FaZe, though, pretty spread out at the start of this round. You have 1 player towards A, you have 2 towards middle of the map. Who else other than Zuma? Look at that position that he's in. They just have so much map control to play with.
It's literally his playground.
Yeah, yeah.
And now he's trying to get in the fire if he can. Look at Slasher. You see him on X-ray there just waiting. Both these guys so patient right now. You know Zuma's just itching to get forward, though. Spots Temp, tucks away in a corner for now. He is so weak, but Priesta there with the help. They're going to get this bomb down. Bomb is now planted. It's going to be on.
And look where he's planting it, because they know there's nobody middle. Like, Priesta just planted on that side. No smoke, nothing. Just gets it down for free.
And Zuma, a chance to make the play. Zuma in behind 1. Give me 2. Zuma makes the play, and now Hook all by himself. This is a 5th round as Hook gets smoked like a Christmas ham.
Dude, I was just going to say, he just got destroyed.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Attach just, hello. Oh, nice shots there from Attach as he 180s. This could be your final round.
And that's just what you can do with that much map control. Like, Zuma knows and Priesta knows there's nobody middle. So as soon as we get that kill at B, let's just plant the bomb right out in the open.
And this is something that FaZe struggle with in Birmingham. These long series, these Game 5s where they didn't find a lot of success. Who's going to be the hero right now for Envy? They've got to win 4 straight rounds. Does it begin here on offense?
Well, he missed a smoke as well.
There's a pick. Slasher able to open things up. Man advantage now to Envy. The flank, though, coming in quickly. Priest up behind. No one's looking at it. No one's looking at it. There's a free kill. Now they've got to be ready for it. Now that's going to disrupt the flank because they have to worry about the backside. He's almost able to pick up Classic as well. He should be flanked in just a moment here. There's one coming behind him. Priest is going to drop. Now it's all in replays to clutch. They already have 1v2 behind Priesta's effort earlier, but replays has been spotted. What do you think about this? You like this from Envy? Just wrap this out.
Yeah, just wrap it back, right? You know where he is. You've got all the information in the world. Just try to go fast, but you can see replays. He knows what's going on. If Envy doesn't hurry up, he may be able to catch him planting. It looks like he is. Yeah, he's going to catch him.
God. Oh, my God. This could be another 1v2 clutch for FaZe. Replays just gets the kill and gets away. Now, the pressure on Temp to get this bomb planted and clutch up in the 1 versus 1. Do you see there? Indicator, bomb going down. Bomb planted. Now, what can replays do? All the tournament hopes here of Envy rest on Temp. Replays gets a shot in. Replays challenges. He knows he's weak. 20 seconds on the clock, trying to wallbang. He's got to go. He's got to go. Pistol out. Pistol out. Not able to win it, and Temp keeps the dreams for Envy alive. Ooh, what pressure are you feeling right there if you're Temp in that moment? Your teammate drops trying to plant it. You're left alone.
Plus
you're tagged up.
Hear him running at you.
Ooh, heart's pumping in the chest during that one, buddy. Tim doesn't care. He's like, I win those.
To be honest, I really didn't like the way he was playing that. Like, he was just giving replays just a little bit too much room.
He won it, though.
Sure did.
Here we go. Envy now needs 3 more. Temp doing what he can, man. He's 9-5. He's the one shining star, at least in this particular map. Can Slasher, though, maybe find another first blood? He's gotten the only first bloods for Envy right now. He might have it here.
Oh. Did Priestess see him? I don't know if Priestess saw Slasher.
I don't know.
It's a good nade out of Classic. They tried following it up. They knew Attach was at there. Middle steps and Temp, he gets caught. Now it's on the Slasher. Slasher's in such a good spot, but Priestess saw him.
Oh my God. 2 players now left for Envy, Classic and who? They're able to pick up one together. Now it's all on Classic. Classic has to clutch a 1v3. One in front, not able to do it. And the game 5 goes to FaZe, despite the fact they lost 2 gut-wrenching hard points. They get it done in the CTF in both of the Search and Destroys. And Envy will finish 7th, 8th.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this this weekend, we weren't too sure how Envy was going to do. Again, you have, what, a 4th place at Atlanta or a top 3, and you have a top 6 at Birmingham. Like, there's some life there, but you knew they always had the talent and the ability to do so, but what, they lose to TK yesterday? Or Optic yesterday, they lose to FaZe, so.
It reminds me of Sunday at Atlanta, where they couldn't win Search and Destroys.
Yeah.
And if you can't win Search and Destroy,